What is up, YouTube? This is your guy Christopher Watson of Crack Media, and this is another review of JDM Legends, and this is episode 3. Episode 3 is dealing with a 1972 Skyline GTX, silver in color this time instead of white from the last episode. This car was imported. I don't know if it seems like it was imported by the customer through JDM Legends, so like JDM Legend didn't necessarily import this car for them. They didn't buy the car, search the car for them. The customer actually saw the car, and JDM Legend helped them import the car. So anyway, imported. The customer is a military guy, which they seem to get the best cars because they travel wherever. Because they're military, they can get those cars imported pretty easily, or semi-easily. Like I said, the car's silver, kind of like the last episode. The GTX Skyline comes with the inline 6 dual carb, so it's a pretty decent engine. Obviously Eric and the guys, do a tune-up, do all the engine work that they can. Josh in this episode actually comments on how some of the wiring is kind of sketchy or ghetto rigged or just not the best type of wiring, so he's gonna do some rewiring to make sure everything looks clean and nice. As far as the body goes, Eric says the car actually came with like a fiberglass hood, and then they sourced a metal hood which was red, which didn't make any sense why it was red on a silver car, but whatever. Also, the trunk was a fiberglass trunk, and then they sourced a metal trunk, just so they can make everything uniform. Like I said, with JDM Legends, the garage, not the show, they like to be very, very period correct and very meticulous and very detailed with their restorations. So they want to source as many original parts or OEM parts as possible. And that's if they had to order parts from Japan, or if they had to find stuff in the States, they're gonna find it and put it on the car. And I think I feel like sometimes it's hard to find in a restoration type show or restoration type garage. So anyway, Eric comments on the interior, how they're gonna put a new carpet kit, new roll cage, and just make sure everything's nice and clean on the inside. Now, also as far as the exterior goes, they're going to do kind of like a GTR conversion, but still keep it a GTX. So they're gonna do over fenders, a spoiler, things of that nature. And they do a heck of a job. Mauricio changes, I guess, strips down the hood. The metal hood was actually red. Like I said earlier, he strips the red off of the hood and then paints it back silver. Does he paint it silver or is it painted black? Anyway, he paints the hood and gets the crappy red color off of it. And like I said, Mauricio is very meticulous and very particular and detailed with his body work. So he makes all of his work look like the factory did it. I mean, any type of welding, any type of painting, any type of patching, he does perfect. Like I said in previous videos, if I had the money, I would send my cars to them. Any cars in the future that I would do, because they're so detailed and meticulous. So anyway, they get this car finished. The car is actually a Hawaii car, or going to be imported. It was imported and is going to be shipped to Hawaii. And that's going to be probably one of the baddest cars in Hawaii. I would love to have a Skyline GTX, because they're Japanese but muscly. They're just beautiful cars. Something to comment on. Eric likes to fabricate everything that they do, just about. If they can't source a part, they'll fabricate it. And you would think that oh, that should be normal. That should be what most restoration garages or restorers should do. They should fabricate their own parts, but that's not necessarily the case. A lot of people will outsource parts. Like they'll go, hey, I need a heat shield. Can you mock me up a heat shield? Hey, I need XYZ. I need you to mock this up. And they don't do that. They'll cut pieces of metal and put it on and weld it and have Mauricio redo the body, or he'll put on, he'll just manufacture things that you wouldn't necessarily think that you would want to do. Which again, I love that portion or that part of this show, because they're not scared to cut up things and then put it back on, or fabricate something out of nothing and make it work and make it look like it's supposed to be on that car. I just really like this show. I like how they are step by step, or how they talk you through everything step by step. Obviously, this show is only an hour long, so they can't talk about every single thing, but they're pretty detailed with their restoration, their build. So again, I'm still very interested in the show. That's episode 3, and I think it's gonna be 6 episodes this season. So 4, 5, and 6 are on the way, and I'm excited. So I think y'all should check it out, especially if you're a Skyline lover. Who isn't a Skyline lover? Anyway, thank y'all for checking this video out. Drop a line down below if you like Skylines, or if you checked out JDM Legends website, or if you just want to say hey. I do check my comments, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.